Hello, welcome to my channel if you're the first time. Welcome back if you've been following. This month we're going to be doing Westerns. So, this time, the fun way we are going to choose the book is every good Western needs an animal, right? Either a dog or a horse. I don't have a horse, but I do have a dog. So, we are going to have some bacon. I'm going to put a little piece on each of these sticky notes. And the first 3 sticky notes that the bacon is eaten off of will be the books that I read. So, I know nothing about these books. This is my first ever time reading the Western genre. So, we have Going Home by Stacy Finns. We have Dusty Britches, which I had to choose that one because who doesn't want that name? Untethered by Marcia Lynn McCloser. These are all like Western romances, so somebody ends up going to the West, usually. Wrangled by Claire M. Polson, Heart of the Frontier, or The Sheriffs of Savage Wells. I did my research, well, hopefully I've done it before, that these are clean, no language or spice. Some of them should be good, because what I've been doing is actually going on like Deseret Bookshelf. It's like Bookshelf plus it's Deseret Books thing, and like just typing in the genre I want and seeing what books they have. So some of these are those, others I'm like clean Western books with no language or spice. And these are what they told me. So, give me a second to set this up and then we will get the dog in here. Okay, boy. Good boy. Okay, the dog has spoken. So we're going to be reading Heart of the Frontier. I think I didn't have an author because there's various authors. The Sheriffs of Savage Wells by Sarah Needham. And we're going to be reading Going Home by Stacy Finns. So, I'm excited to read these books and share them with you. Well, okay. Now we get to talk about the books, plural, that my dog chose. So, the first one that he ate the bacon off of was called The Sheriff of Savage Wells. It says, pays the bell, knows the eccentric people of Savage Wells, from the absent-minded shopkeeper who always thinks she's been robbed, to the young man who has returned shell-shocked from the war. Paisley has compassion for them all. When the sheriff of Penn leaves town, Paisley steps in and assumes the responsibility, partly because she loves the work, but also because she needs income to take care of her sick father. So when the town council decides that the position of sheriff should really go to a man, Paisley finds herself fighting to prove that she is a perfect candidate for the job, even though she wears a skirt. Cade O'Brien is heartily sick of shooting people in his many years as a lawman. Cade has seen a share of blood and violence, so when he answers an advertisement for a sheriff job in the sleepy town of Savage Wells, he believes he's found peace and quiet he's always desired. But when he discovers that his biggest competition for the job is women, he begins to question his decisions. Tension between the two begins to sizzle when both Cade and Paisley realize the attraction they have for one another. But when Paisley's former beau shows up in town, along with a band of bank robbers, the blossoming relationship between the two sheriffs is tested. They will have to work together to thwart the bank robbers and keep the town safe. That is the summary of the book. My thoughts. 5 out of 5. I felt to like his equal parts Western, romance, and I loved it. Decided I pretty much like any sort of genre where you mix romance in. This is my first time really reading Westerns. I've seen movies, but I've never really read books, which is why I'm branching out. So, I'll probably say this about a few of the books, but I really like the realness of these books. Like, the characters are going through hard things, and I like that because it's real life. Like, Pacey's dad being sick, that's the thing. Wanting to move to a small town, I feel that, right? Like, these are real things, and I also really liked about it that it was a woman who wanted to be sheriff. And I feel like they did a good job at depicting, like, what people would think about that back then, because this is when the West was just sort of forming, right? And I feel like people back then would have prickled at a woman sheriff. But happy ending, of course. Oh, maybe I just spoiled that for you. I'm sorry. But yeah, I'm so glad I chose that one. Okay. Next one, Heart of the Frontier by Carolyn Tweed Frank. This says, The Gamble by Brittany Larson. British aristocrat Thomas Claiborne anticipated the grand adventure in America, but when he imagined is a far cry from the rough and tumble reality. When his journey west brings a bold young woman to his life, will he risk everything for true love? Her Frontier Bandit by Jen George Johnson. Whoa. Sorry. Never mind. Never mind. So I thought that was a summary, and we're totally not editing it out. Let's see. Trying to think I can find a good summary. Okay. Well then. This is Heart of the Frontier by Brittany Larson, Janet Durgle Johnson, Jenny Hansen, and Carolyn Tweed Frank. So this is a story about a man from England moving to America because there's money in cattle, right? But somebody convinced him to go into this aristocratic family that he knows, right? Convinces him to go into business with them. But along the way, he's asked, Sir Thomas Claiborne is asked to escort this friend of the people he knows to them because she is going to stay with them. I'm trying to remember her name. Ella Merriweather. She's a school teacher, but the school is closing, so she is going to America. The same family convinced her to go to America because they need school teachers, right? So they ask this Thomas Claiborne to escort her. You can probably see where this is going. Another Western romance. Anyway, there's a few twists and turns. 5 out of 5. I really like the story. Well, the one before and this one, they were both like quick, which I kind of like. I'm liking the short stories. Again, I feel like this is how it really would have been. You have this guy from England trying to fit into society. It's one of those, he's like the son of a baron. I think that's what they're called. But he's like, he has some older brothers, so he's like 7th in line because the older brother had sons too. Anyway, and then this school teacher. So it is a really good story. The characters were really well written, and I feel like, again, this is real life. It's how it really would have been back then. So yes, that is that one. 5 out of 5 for that one. The last one is Going Home by Stacey Benz. This is the small town in Nugget, California has a strange way of giving people unexpected reasons to start over and find most irresistible chances to fall in love. Maddie Breyer needs to prove she can make her own life after betrayal blew up her previous happily ever after. Staying totally focused on renovating a cryptic mansion into a bed and breakfast might help her in this recession-hit town finally turn things around, but the mysterious new sheriff is the kind of law-breaking temptation that's an even bigger challenge to resist. Detective Reese Shepard is only back in Nugget long enough to care for his alien father. He's got a big city promotion, far away from this place, never accepted him. He does not need a sudden crime wave to solve, or one leggy case of heartbreak, stirring up all kinds of trouble, challenging his rules, which might explain why he's suddenly finding it hard to leave. I'm gonna give this a 2 out of 5. So, the things that I did like. I did like the overall story. Right? I feel like what Maddie was going through is a real life what somebody would have gone through. Again, the ailing, taking care of the ailing parent, having to move back to take care of them, I feel like that's very real. And being from a small town myself, this definitely is how a small town would be. So, I love the overall story. I love the overall feel of it. I love the romance. But there's a but. I also like, all the characters, a good diversity. But first thing, there was a lot of language, so much to the point that I almost didn't finish it. Second, there was a scene that I kind of scrolled through, a little bit of spice, which I'm kind of sad about, honestly, because I looked up clean westerns without language or spice, and this was brought up, but this is like the complete opposite of what I asked for. So, last thing, I wasn't really feeling the western vibe. Like, it was probably more modern, so I guess this is what a modern western would be, right? But I don't know. I guess when I think of western, I think back in the old days, so I wasn't really feeling the western piece. I feel like this is more of a romance than a western, so 2 out of 5. I'm sorry. Like I said, overall story great, which is why I stayed, but I am really sad. I was this close, guys. At one point, I did be in heaven, but then I'm like, okay, no, I'll hurry and finish it, just because I'm really trying to find clean books without language or spice. That is my goals. But that is that. So, thank you for watching along on this first video of westerns, because as I said at the beginning, July is Western month, so you're gonna see some westerns. It was fun having the dog choose, and he got to eat some cookie, so he was happy. But yeah, so thank you for watching this far. If you like it, please give a big thumbs up. Don't forget to share this with people who might think be interested in this. If you're new, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, because why not? You know you want to. And hit that notification button so you can always be notified of my videos. Monday and Wednesday are children's books. I'm a preschool teacher, so I kind of go through how I read the book with them. Saturday and I post my books that I'm reading. I'd love to hear comments on any of your opinions on any of these books if you read them, or any book recommendations, or just any comments in general. You guys are the best, and my subscribers keep going up, up, up. So thank you so much. That is a testament to you. You guys are the best, and excited. Got some good things coming up, so stay tuned. And see you next time. Bye.